I'm Rain, and welcome to Part-Time Van Life, baby. I am actually going to a really beautiful campground, and the beauty of it is that I worked there a few years back. So I am actually meeting a friend of mine that I met while I worked there, and I'm gonna spend the day. I think it's gonna rain, but I'm gonna give you a first-hand look at what some of these places are like and what they hire for. Sound fair? Like and subscribe.
If you're an animal lover, you're going to want to watch this entire video. I promise you, it's good.
I gotta stop for gas. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, that's high. Ooh, I have a half a tank. All right, this thing looks like it just does not want to stop. I'm going on, I think I might stop it at 15 gallons. Remember, I'm only missing a half a tank. Whew. Oh, God. Oh, hold on. Now, once it clicks, for some reason, I can still seem to put a lot of gas in there. I don't know why, but so I'll stop it at 75. Boom. How often does that happen? You get it like right on point. That never happens. Look at that. Oh, okay. Must be my lucky day or not. A day in the life of a part-time van lifer. I'm happy to take you along. Traffic is relentless. This is why I prefer to drive at night. But unfortunately for this trip, I need to drive during the day because that's when my friend and her husband are going to be up and at 'em. So yeah, but that's what we're looking at. Not fun. I'll take a midnight drive any day. Look at this. Terrible. I'm about 30 minutes away. Okay, we are here. Cherry Hill Park. I need to, what's going on here? I guess they're all waiting to get in, but I got to go into the store and make a purchase. So let's do that. These people are blocking up the line though. Damn. Come on, sister. All right. We are going to go in and make a purchase. So this is the office, and there is a little thing that you gold mine in. Well, you buy rocks, and this was one of the areas that I would have to clean up. I would have to clean that up. Okay. All right, let's go in. Oh, here's a map. This is how big this place is. It's pretty big. But let's go in. I am looking for the pins for my maps.
Yeah, like the state pins?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we have pretty limited supply now.
What?
This company stopped making these pins.
Oh my
Yeah, so
God.
that's all that's
All right.
all that's left.
Let me start looking. I brought a list with me.
Yeah.
This is the map that I'm trying to buy pins for. So let's take you on a quick nickel tour. This is the waterfall that's actually at the very beginning before you even kind of check in to go through the security booth. And it's right behind the store where you go to check in. Now, this place was my second seasonal job. The first seasonal job I had was at the Hershey Camping RV Park. But this, by far, was the most beautiful. And then they have a play area where the water shoots up where kids play. But today was a bad day. There was a lot of thunderstorm action happening, things of that nature. So it really wasn't a good day. There was a lot of sun, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's take you back in time real quick. This is the trailer that we had that I named Ladybug. And it was just myself and Lil Wayne at the time. Okay, back to our first part of the nickel tour. Let me know in the comments if you want more information on seasonal jobs, how that works, what states I've worked in, what jobs I've had, the sites that you go to get said jobs. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to do a video on that. They also have a bus terminal within the park that takes you to Washington. Okay, some of the jobs that they hire for are housekeeping, landscaping, they have a cafe, front desk, maintenance, main gate security, regular security, lifeguard, bus driver, and I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head.
So maybe I'm biased, but you know, I've only worked at 2 campgrounds and this would have been my second one. So I haven't stayed at many campgrounds. So for those of you that may have stayed at a few campgrounds, what's your opinion of this one aesthetically? Because I was absolutely in awe over this. All right, so I'm just here with Snoopy this time. Fifi's getting groomed. They've set it up really nice. They have cabins and pods. My responsibility was cleaning the pods. Have a hiking trail, and they definitely have a couple of playgrounds. Let's see. So I'm about to go and hang out with my old coworker, a friend of mine, and she does not do YouTube, so that'll have to be without you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We gotta pick. We gotta pick.
What do you think so far, Snoopy? Come on, let's go. You're supposed to go pee. Go pee pee. You're good.
There's actually another fenced-in area on the side of this one, so this way it's kind of like 2 separate dog parks.
Snoopy. 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 Okay, he's not going for that business.
Now back here is where the pods and some of the tent camping is located. Let's take a look. So as I said earlier, I was responsible for cleaning the pods and the yurts, so I was part of housekeeping. So let's take you inside. This is old footage from when I worked there, and I just wanted to get some video. Who knew that it would do me justice today? So what do you think? Would you stay in a pod? Let's take a look. So as we make our way back out, everyone that you see in that area uses the bathrooms over to the left that we're passing now. And that's where the restrooms and the showers are. There are about 4 of those located throughout the park. Let's continue. And there's also a cute pond back here too. A lot of geese here. As you can see, not a great day for filming. I even brought the drone, but I was not able to use it. Now remember, as you're driving through, on your right, there are cross streets where there's RV parking as well. So again, this is a very big park. I'm gonna get ready to drive into another area where there is primitive camping, and that's gonna be over to our left. Right in here. But what I found out was the van with the cargo carrier on the back was too big to maneuver, so I really wasn't able to go around the little loop. I had to basically do a K-turn and then drive back out. But that's a cute little area back here. Again, there is also another there's another wash station here. There's trash receptacles everywhere. You see, that's another wash station right there. But I couldn't get through, so I had to back up and get out of there. We're gonna continue. All right, we're passing by another bathhouse, but here is where the yurts are on the right-hand side. Let's take you inside. All right, up next is a field that basically there's nothing there. And in the middle of nowhere, there was one bench, and I would have to go and clean bird poop off of it. It's right there, it's real quick. But I would have to go and chisel off bird poop. Now we're coming up on the cabins here, and because the cabins were not my responsibility, I do not have inside footage of the cabins, but I promise you they are very nice. Now coming up here, there is a story to be told. Let me tell you the story about when I saved a little life. See those trees to the left? That's gonna come into play in a minute. That's my cart, and this is where I found Bernie. And then of course, every time he sees my hand, he thinks that food's coming, because that is the source of food now. We think he fell out of the big trees during a horrible thunderstorm. I wasn't sure that I could save him, but I was gonna try. So I went to Google to look for recipes to feed baby birds. I had everything except for baby formula. He had a mug that only mom would love. And I did. A kind guest at the campground had formula that she was able to give me. I kept feeding him and he kept eating, so he was getting stronger. But the goal was to rehabilitate him, to get him back in the wild. But I noticed he was having problems with his feet. So I got him a hammock, and he lived with me and little Wayne for a while in the trailer. Since his feeding schedule was pretty often, I made a perch inside of a box. I would drive him around in the cart while I would work. I did this to help him strengthen his legs and his feet to be able to perch on branches, and especially if there were high winds. And it worked. I purchased dry bugs from Amazon. That was gross. But I had to teach him how to hunt for food, so I would put them in the grass, sprinkle them out there, and have him forage for them. And he was successful. He showed all the signs that he was ready. And one day, when I was doing my rounds, cleaning the pods, I lifted up the netting from his box, and I released him. And I would check on him and call him. I continued to throw down dried bugs where I released him until my work assignment was over. He still lives, hopefully, at Cherry Hill Park. And that's my story on saving a little bird's life. Bernie, I hope you're out there living your best life. I worked right over there. My glasses are fogging up. Their bathrooms are always pretty impeccable. Yeah. They have a second laundry facility housed over where the cafe and the pool area are. Forgot, I would clean up that area too, both laundromats, as well as tidying up this building and vacuuming and making sure there are no fingerprints on the glass. That was a water sprinkler. Oh, look at this chair. Isn't this great, this wood? I love that. Hey, Soupy. Hi, Snoopy. Thanks so much for joining me on this adventure and for going down memory lane with me. If you've made it this far, I hope that you are subscribed. And be sure to like and hit your notification button. I normally always have some things at the end, and this video would be no exception. So I've got some extra footage that I'm going to add towards the end. And we're pretty much there. So before I go, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Lulu fell out of a tree at a campground that I'm working at. It was a really windy day, and I thought it was a rock, but Lulu wasn't. The trees were very high up, and she was in the street, or in the road, in the campground. So I've been feeding her for the past 2 days. Him or her, not sure. Just calling her Lulu. I think she does have a broken leg, but she's still surviving. And she's as cute as pie. Hey, Lulu. Uh-oh. I've been doing research. Lulu can survive with a broken leg. I'm afraid to set it in fear that Lulu will go into shock and possibly die. So, Lulu's hungry again. I get very little sleep. And it looks like I'm going to have to stop and feed Lulu. It doesn't keep her balance very well. The one leg doesn't extend all the way. But she's eating and surviving. So I'm pretty happy about that. When she is ready, I'm going to see if she'll make a home here, keep her at the campground. There's obviously others like her here. She likes to stretch her wings and flap them out, which is great. Good exercise. But, yeah, if you can see that. The one leg seems weird, but she doesn't have a perch, so I do have something I'm going to get her. Okay, hold on, Lulu. Let's get you fed. To be continued. Okay, so it's been a week. I've gone from calling Lulu to Bernie. I found out that this is an American robin, and he looks like Bernie Sanders, so we're calling him Bernie. And Bernie eats a lot. There is definitely something wrong with the right leg. I'm not exactly sure what. So I'm just going to let it heal as best I can. And just keep working on him. See if I can get him wildlife ready. I'm not sure. Hopefully he can make it. If not, looks like I have another bird. But at least I pretty much, for the most part, know how to take care of birds. So I guess it's okay. Right, Bernie? Right, Bernie? Bernie is starting to get a little attached. I will put Bernie, sit him on this hand towel or washcloth, and he'll kind of like crawl over to me, if you will, and want me to pick him up so he can be next to me. I think it's more of a security thing. But I got to put him in the box because I have to get ready to take a shower. Just for his own safety. Bernie! 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 And then, of course, every time he sees my hand, he thinks that food's coming, because that is the source of food now. That's normally where it comes from. I've also started incorporating fruit. I found out that, and I'm not sure when I have to start doing this, but I did start giving Bernie a little bit of fruit. Strawberries and bananas, obviously, mashed up and fed manually. And then, but I found out they eat mealworms, so I'll probably pick some of those up from Amazon I'm not sure when he'll be ready to actually eat actual food by himself without it being mushy, as though it's been regurgitated. But we're going to give it a go. Let's see if I can show you Bernie walking over to my hand. He kind of limps over, and then he'll get on my hand. Let's see, that leg's just not right, but he's trying. Aw, hi Bernie. And then that's Bernie coming over to my hand. And normally I'll kind of put him on my chest and he'll just hang there. He just feels comfortable that way. But I tell you what, that's what a week will do. So he seems very happy. He seems very healthy. And, hopefully I can get him prepared for the wild. I did get a bigger box and I put a stick in it so maybe he can start balancing a little bit, because he has some compensating to do with that leg. Oh! The internet is a fabulous thing. I was able to get a recipe. Uh-oh. Hold on, Lulu. This toothpick acts as the mom's beak. And I was able to get a recipe. It was sugar water. I had to take some dog food and soak that for about an hour. Then I had to add, ironically enough, I did a half of a hard-boiled egg that I crushed up in there, and it called for baby cereal, which I did not have, so I had to drive around the campground and looking for people with babies so that I could make this concoction. Lulu's been surviving off of it. Lulu seems to enjoy it, does not miss a meal. Lulu eats about every half an hour. At first I thought maybe I had to feed Lulu every half an hour, but then I came to realize that birds do not fly at night, thus they're not feeding at night. So these birds, I imagine, are not being fed all through the night like that by the mother bird, because there would be more birds to go around. Right now there's just Lulu, so Lulu's eating very well. But again, and that looks like about it. Lulu's about ready to go to sleep again. Right, Lulu? Trying to see if I can get her eyes in there. Yeah, she's going back to sleep. So we'll let her go to sleep. I'll feed her again in about a half an hour. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for sticking around. Now you know the story of my Lulu Bernie story and the footage that I took when I was helping that baby bird. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.